Alan, so as we look toward the 2012 proxy season, what do you think we're likely to see?
What I think you're going to see is there are about 15 or 17 shareholder proposals on proxy access. This is the so-called private ordering proposals because the Court of Appeals in D.C. struck down the SEC's mandatory proxy access rule. There is now any shareholder with 2,000 shares can basically make a proposal for proxy access. There are 15 or 17 of them out there. Institutions have been pretty judicious about picking their spots, companies that they think have problems, as opposed to approaching a large number of companies with this. So that's one thing that's going to happen. Say on Pay is, of course, live for its second year, third year for financial institutions. Last year there were about 340 negative votes. We'll see what happens this year. My guess is there will be some more because the market hasn't been doing great, and this issue continues to be an important one. But the interesting thing about this is how are companies reacting to the Say on Pay process. I think most companies have taken the view and have been advised by institutional investors and frankly by lawyers like me that the question is not whether you got a 51% vote in favor, but whether you sort of are in the comfort range of 75 or 80% or above. 75% is an area where I think companies don't have to say we lost, but companies have to pay attention to and try to figure out what does that negative vote of 25% mean. Is that just a reaction to the proxy advisory firms and what the company thinks is they're not understanding the company's pay practices? Or is it at the other extreme, 25% of their large institutional shareholders saying, we don't think you have a good pay-for-performance scheme? And obviously companies should react very differently to A versus B. The other thing, or another way to think about it, is this a problem with communicating the company's philosophy, or is it a problem with the company's philosophy? And so companies have tried to figure that out based on what happened to them in 2001 and what we're going to see in 2011. And what we're going to see in 2012 is that playing out a second year. The shareholders more sophisticated, the company's more sophisticated. One hopes the proxy advisor is more sophisticated.